Welcome back to a new season of Viking football with Bruce Barnum. You just saw a couple of the new offensive linemen for the Portland State Vikings, and you'll be hearing a lot about them in future seasons. We're going to start off with the FCS National Coach of the Year, Bruce Barnum. He's here to talk about the 2016 Vikings, and everything just got underway today, August 9th. Coach Barnum, was it a short off-season or a long off-season for you?
It went quick, Mike. You know, when you're doing something you love and you feel like work's a vacation, you know, and you're working with good people, good kids, it went quick. It went really quick. So back out here, though, and we're ready to go.
Now, we just saw a couple of the big guys that you brought in, and they're kind of the future of the offensive line, but do you feel like all the pieces are in place in terms of the players you've gotten in the offseason and kind of rebuilding this Viking team for 16?
I do. I like what I see out here, Mike. You know, offensive line is something that we might sign a couple extra. We couldn't have done that last year. You know, Coach Barnum was interim, so I could introduce guys that might be, you know, 4-year starters, and we'll see them graduate. So that's a pretty cool deal. But a great representation of the guys we brought in. Good people, big people, and very athletic. So I like what I saw on the field. I like the new faces.
Well, they're huge people. Anybody that can block out you and I together, it's got to be pretty big. So you talk about the offensive line and maybe having one of the best offensive lines you've had since you've been here, and that's important because you got to keep the quarterback upright. So let's talk a little bit about the offense and the great quarterback we have coming back, how he's going to lead it all, put it all back together again this season.
Alex Caressa, you know, you can't say enough about him. We could talk about him forever. It's his 16th year of football. The only way to learn this game is to play it and to play for that long. You know, you can't go to the driving range, Mike. You can't go shoot free throws and learn this game. He's got a lot of experience. He's got savvy that you can't coach. He's a guy that sometimes when he's dialed up, I can call anything on the play sheet. It might not work schematically, but Alex Caressa is going to get you 30 yards. So I'm glad to have him back. Happy to have him back as a senior. He'll keep us in games. Knock on wood, he takes care of the football. That's a strength of his. So with that and his leadership out here on offense and defensive side of the ball, should see some fun college football Saturdays.
Well, no doubt Alex Caressa is a playmaker. I know one area that you're very interested in at running back. Now, you lose David Jones, about 1,100 yards, had a great season for you last year. The next guy up, Nate Tongo, and I know you got some other pieces there that you're going to mix in. How do you feel about that situation going into camp?
Well, we've always been running back by committee, Mike. You know that since I've been here. It's a position that I don't want to wear out, and I want different looks for a defense to try to chase and tackle. So we do. We have some additions. As far as some movement, you'll see Paris Pinn coming out of the backfield a little bit this year to make him a true utility player for the Vikings. But that group is kind of the band. It's 5 guys who come together and make a pretty good unit. So always fun to watch. We got, you know, their first day didn't do much today, but I like their off season, what they did in our new weight room.
All right, now we move over to the defensive side. We've got some pieces to replace there, no question about it, but Malik Roberson seems to be the man for the job because he sure whipped that defense into shape last year. Second best rated defense in the Big Sky Conference, one of the leaders in the nation in turnovers forced. How do you feel about how that defense is going to come together with a lot of new faces?
Well, first off, I wish we could have a show like this, Mike, and I could just brag about my staff because they're good, they're quality. Even you, Mike, I would brag about having the best
Don't go that far.
in the country, but Malik does a nice job, a great job. He's got a new puzzle this year. We lost the middle of our defense. We had some great players, but I like the new faces again. We have some youth over there right now, but we started out basic. I mean, we're spending 2 days on straight tackling on that side of the ball right now, so, and how to take the head out of the game and just trying to get the fundamentals taught to a group so they can carry that through the season.
Okay, and as we talk about the defense, one guy who has stood out, got a lot of preseason honors, All-American honors, Xavier Coleman at the cornerback. He's going to be a senior out of Jesuit High School. Has done a great job for you the last few years. But above and beyond his performance on the field, the leadership he brings to that defense, I assume that's going to be pretty important in terms of bringing that unit together, having some strong leadership there.
It will. Xavier Coleman, what a diamond. And him and Alex have kind of become the face of our team. We got a lot of, it's still the land of the misfit toys out here, a group of kids that nobody really wanted. But you have those two guys representing us, and it's kind of if it's a black tie event, I'm sitting X. He's got a little show to him, and he can make you laugh in a savvy way. If it's a monster truck show or at the Moda or, a swamp race or gator hunting, then Alex is coming in. He's kind of a chameleon. He can fit within any crowd. But those two as the face of us, they both control both sides of the ball. X, I know one plays defense and one plays offense, but in that locker room, they're the ones that truly bring this together.
Well, that's great to hear, and that's the Vikings in 2016. A couple leaders we talked about. In future weeks, we will talk about a lot of other players and the Viking team as we prepare for the 2016 season. We'd let you know that Portland State will have a scrimmage on Wednesday, August 17th, right here at Stock Community Field, 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Stay tuned to the Vikings on GoVikes.com. This has been Viking Football with Bruce Barnum.